Spitfire ML407 takes off. The Great Spitfire ML407 was built at Castle Bromwich as a single-seat, low-level Mark 9 fighter that served at the front line of battles throughout the last 12 months of World War II. ML407 was delivered into active service on the 29th of April 1944 by the famous Lady ATA pilot Jackie Moggridge. 485 New Zealand Squadron at ALG Selsley to Flying Officer Johnny Horton with the squadron code, Oscar uniform, and the personal insignia letter of B for Johnny's wife, Vicky. ML407 carried the colour scheme as she was then when Flying Officer Johnny Horton, DFC, on the 6th of June, was flying his Spitfire ML407, coded Oscar uniform Victor, was accredited for shooting down the first of the aircraft, the youngest 58, over Normandy beachhead just south of Omaha Beach. ML407 did a total of 176 operational sorties, predominantly ground attack, amassing over 320 combat hours, whilst in the 2nd Tactical Air Force, going from 485 New Zealand Squadron in December 1944 to 341 Free French, 308 Polish, 349 Belgian, 345 Free French, 2 Norwegian Squadrons, returning to 485 New Zealand Squadron at the end of the year. In 1951, Vickers Armstrong at Southampton was commissioned by the Irish Air Corps to convert 20 Spitfires to the trainer configuration. ML407 was one of these, serving with the Irish Army Air Corps as Senior Alpha Charlie 162 until 1960, with a total time of 753 hours flown to the IAC. ML407 then went into storage. Nick Grace found this Spitfire in a museum in Scotland in 1979, and he set about his meticulous 5-year rebuild. The Spitfire took to the air again in April 1985 in Nick's most capable hands, with Caroline, his wife from the rear cockpit. Tragically, Nick was killed in a car accident in 1988. He had been displaying the Spitfire for 3 years. His widow, Carolyn, decided to learn to fly their Spitfire to keep it operational with a Grace in the cockpit in memory of Nick in recognition of his outstanding achievements, and for their 2 children, Olivia and Richard, then aged 5 and 4. They became then known as Grace. Carolyn is an Australian brought up on a property 120 miles south of Sydney. She achieved her PPL in 1978 in the Channel Islands, with the majority of her flying being done in her stamped biplane. It was from the stamp that she progressed on to the Spitfire in July 1990 under the skillful tuition of Peter Kinsey, who has trained her to achieve her acrobatic and formation display authorization. She now has over 900 hours on the Grace Spitfire. The Grace Spitfire is a family business, with Caroline and Nick's son Richard Grace, now 29, running the maintenance organisation which maintains the aircraft and also displays the family Spitfire, thereby ensuring that this historic aircraft will carry on for generations to come, as his father had intended. The Grace Spitfire is featured in the Channel 4 series called the Spitfire 8. It was an honour to support the Battle of Britain veterans who featured in this outstanding programme shown worldwide. More recently, the Grace Spitfire has been on Top Gear programs, James May's Toy Stories, and with Sir David Jason in the ITV Battle of Britain documentary.
probably hear.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Great Spitfire today is being flown by Peter, flying displays in 28 airs of many different high-end performance and light aircraft. His expertise is renowned as he brings the very best out in whichever aircraft he is flying. Slightly broader knowledge of the Spitfire. The role of the Spitfire, of course, is a fighter, manufactured originally by Supermarine. It was designed by R.J. Mitchell. Its first flight took place on the 5th of March, 1936. It was first introduced as a fighter aircraft in 1938 and was retired under service in 1955.
Well, I can't see, I'm
However,
just
its
following
primary
the
user
plane.
was the Royal Air Force. There were 20,351 ever built. Factor which allowed the continued development of the Spitfire was the development of progressively more powerful and improved engines, starting with the Rolls-Royce Merlin and progressing to the bigger and more powerful Rolls-Royce Griffin. The evolution of high-octane aviation fuel and improved supercharger designs enabled Rolls-Royce to extract increasing amounts of power from the same basic design. For example, the Merlin 2 and 3 powered the Spitfire 1 produce a maximum of 1,030 horsepower, using the 87-octane aviation fuel, generally available from 1938 to 1941. From early 1940, increasing supplies of 100-octane fuel allowed the maximum power to be increased to 1,310 horsepower,
Whoa.
with an increased supercharger boost pressure, albeit for a maximum time limit of 5 minutes. 1944, 100 to 150 race fuels enabled the Merlin 66 to produce 1,860 horsepower at low altitudes in FS gear. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the final pass of the Great Spitfire flown by Peter Kingsley. Please give him a wave as he goes.
He's gonna go. Is he gonna land?
the RV-8